My goodness. What a game. What a game for the Houston Rockets. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Lead Houston, man, where it's all Houston all the time. Oh man, what a fun game for the Houston Rockets. Absolutely fantastic. We're gonna get into some Houston Texans conversation, but it's also about the Houston Rockets here. The Houston Rockets were absolutely phenomenal. I mean, hell of a game from the Rockets, man. It was just my goodness, being down 3-1 in the series and now taking game 6 to get you back to the damn Toyota Center, back at the crib for game 7. I'm stoked, man. I'm stuttering. I'm excited. I'm sweated about 1,000 pounds off me because I'm 1,500 soaking wet. No, man. I mean, my goodness. Lots of fun from the Houston Rockets. Hell of a game. Alperen Şengün, show yourself out. Fred VanVleet, have yourself a game. Playoff Fred VanVleet is here. We're going to get into some Houston Texans as well. But man, damn, what a fucking game from our Houston Rockets. Being down 3-1 to the Golden State Warriors and coming all the way back. Against the damn Golden State Warriors. Not like the Golden State Warriors are, afraid to drop a 3-run series. Shout out to a few people in here already. We got Brandon in here. How dare they try to hit Steven Adams' thumb? How dare they try to do the hack of Steve Adams? How dare they? How dare they? Steven Adams is not getting, he needs to get more love. He's already getting love from everybody on Rockets Twitter. He needs to get more. Steven Adams was amazing, just not tonight, but the whole damn series. His defense, just both sides of the court, getting the offensive rebounds, getting second chance buckets. His defense has been phenomenal. Steven Adams has been a dude for the Houston Rockets. Absolute dude. My goodness. I can't believe this. Steph Curry. Where you at, buddy? APB in the fourth quarter for Steph Curry. Had a milk carton out there for Steph Curry. Got the milk carton, missing man milk carton. I hope he don't show up for game 7 either. He go ahead and take that night off if he wants. They go ahead and get their Cancun tickets ready. My goodness, Steven Adams was awesome. 17 points from Steven Adams. Only 5 rebounds. Felt like a whole lot more. Jalen Green tonight. I know a lot of people are going to gloss over the fact that Jalen Green only had, I think it was 8 points tonight. But from what I saw, Jalen Green, even though having 8 points, still filled the stat sheet, got himself, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks, something like that. I mean, my goodness, Jalen even still filled up the stat sheet. You had Jabari Smith with some clutch back-to-back threes. He was amazing. Amin Thompson started picking it up a little bit more in the second half, getting more aggressive. Man, Amin is just amazing. Tari Eason doing his thing a little bit too. But Fred VanVleet stole the show. Playoff Fred VanVleet, the kryptonite to Steph Curry, is some boy from Wichita State, the Wichita State Shockers. Fred VanVleet, 7-5 against Steph Curry all time in the playoffs. My goodness, H-Town, stand up, man. H-Town showed out. That they gonna come have game 7 at the crib, man. Game 7 at the crib. I can't believe it. I can't believe it, man. Warriors like to play dirty, hurt our players, especially I can't stand Draymond Green, another dirty player. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. Warriors fans can kiss my ass. My goodness, what a fucking game 6 to take it back to game 7. Absolutely phenomenal. We are going to be getting into some Houston Texans talk as well, guys. I do appreciate all of y'all hopping in here. If any of y'all are interested, I have a referral link from StreamYard. If anybody wants to check out StreamYard, you can get a $10 discount. Just check out the link right there. Put that link in, you get a $10 discount. Anybody's interested in doing videos or anything, streaming, live streaming, don't even have to be about what I'm doing. It could be a gaming. You could be gaming with StreamYard. Drop it right here. Link. Click it. Put it in. $10 off. Easy as that. Go ahead, check it out as soon as today. Man, Houston Rockets were a whole lot of fun today. My goodness, they had my heart racing. I was nervous all day. I kept not thinking about the Houston Rockets. I was doing Bleacher Report earlier today with Ruben, which unfortunately Bleacher Report did not happen. For some reason, Bleacher Report did happen, but I couldn't download the link. I don't know what happened to it, so I won't have a video tomorrow morning between myself and Ruben on Bleacher Report. Something happened, but it is what it is. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We got the Tari Eason PFP. Shout out to DQ right there with the Tari Eason PFP. I'll see what you rocking, DQ. This right here, this man's swarming. He's going to game 7. Swarming. Man, I'm thinking about it. I am. I got an itchy hand right now. Ain't gonna lie. I got an itchy hand. Itchy hand. My goodness. What a game 6. I'm so ecstatic. I'm so happy about this Houston Rockets team. They're young, they're gritty, and they've played with their backs against the wall for the majority of the year. And they've continued to show up when they needed to. And my goodness, to come back against the Warriors, who are so the experience is everywhere and all this bullshit. My goodness. Damn it, what a fucking game 6. What a freaking game 6 by the Houston Rockets. Ime Udoka, FVV, Alperen Şengün, the whole crew doing their thing, rocking and rolling. My goodness, what a fucking game 6. I can't get it past. I can't get past game 6, man. I was too excited. I was too hyped. I sweated everything out of me. My goodness. What a fucking game. What a fucking game. Man. So yeah, man, we were gonna be talking about the Houston Rockets a little bit. I think we've done pretty much what we can. We will be talking about them for the majority of this, but Houston Texans, man. This is always a Texans thing as well, too. We're talking Texans. It's also on the thumbnail. It's also on the title. Man, what a big Rocket win. My goodness. We're not getting into the Astros. They lost today to the lowly-ass Chicago White Sox. Fucking Astros. I don't know why y'all did that shit. So, regardless, I'm not going to get into them. We're going to keep the vibes high, talk about the Rockets and the Texans, because the Houston Rockets did their thing. Absolutely. I was at Game 6, now going to Game 7. Let's get this dub. Minnesota versus Rockets. Here we come. H-Town Red showing out. Little small flex. Little flex from H-Town Red. Little something slight. Yeah, I was at Game 6, but I'll be at Game 7 too. Just nonchalantly drop that I was at Game 6. I'm going to be at back-to-back games, Game 6 and 7. My goodness. I was just waiting for that 0-0. I knew we had the Game 1 with a minute and a half left, but I just wanted to see 0-0 on the clock, man. I wanted to see all zeros on that clock, and then for sure let out that damn scream. My goodness. What a trade from the Houston Rockets to get Steven Adams. What a trade, right? You gave up Victor Oladipo and then like 3-4 second-round picks for Steven Adams that a lot of people were like kind of wondering, why did they do this why did they do this trade? Like, you know, they were all questioning. There was a few people questioning, why did they do this trade? They gave up so many second-round picks for a guy in Steven Adams that was injured and he wasn't going to be able to play. This is why right here. Shout out to the Rockets front office for getting that trade right for Steven Adams. Shout out to them. They did a hell of a job getting that trade right. My goodness. Ayush again, my cousin's a T-Wolves fan, so I'm excited to go against his team. Hey, I'm excited too. They got a killer over there, man. They got a killer over there named Anthony Edwards. Oh boy. Oh man. You know, I know we got to win Game 7. You got to win Game 7. You came this far. You got to finish the damn job. That's all now. It's about finishing the jam job. Finishing the jam job. The Houston Rockets can absolutely do that on Sunday against the Golden State Warriors. The Houston Texans. We were talking about the AFC South and the Houston Texans. And, you know, is the confidence still high that they can win the AFC South? How much better did they get this previous year? That's a big question. And did they do enough to stay atop the AFC South? I think the answer is easy. I think the answer is yes. I understand that the Jaguars and the Colts and the Titans, you know, according to the national media, a lot of them guys in the AFC South got a really good draft, really good 2025 draft. But I'm looking at this previous records and I'm going, okay, The Houston Texans still went 10-7. You had the Jaguars were 4-13 or 3-14, something like they were 4-13. Titans were 3-14, and then you had the Colts at 8-9. And the Colts, we just don't know what the hell the Colts are going to be. I mean, we just don't know what the hell the Colts are doing. They don't have a solution at quarterback. They got Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson going to be in a quarterback battle. They could draft Tyler Warren all they want, but ultimately, it is just not going to be. I'm not going to say anything positive about the Colts until they get a quarterback that can confidently at least throw the football over the field accurately with consistency, and just play the game. I mean, they don't have a quarterback on the roster that can consistently do that, and they're going to have a competition between AR-15 or AR-5, whatever, and Daniel Jones, and that doesn't move me if I'm a Texan fan. It doesn't make me nervous. I understand they got Tyler Warren. I like their second round pick of JT Tuimaleo, the edge from Ohio State. Really like that pick. DJ Giddens from Kansas State. Him and Jonathan Taylor is going to be a very fun and interesting battle here for Houston. Who else did they get? They got Tim Smith from Alabama. I really like that pick. I like Tim Smith a lot, 7th round pick. I thought that was good value for them. But at the end of the day, man, I'm trying to find if the Colts did enough. You know, they were 8-9, but did they do enough to really put themselves moving forward? Now they got who is it? Ward from the 49ers, right? Ward was the defensive back that they signed and got some big money to. He was a solid corner, don't get me wrong. I still think the Colts, I just don't think that's enough for me. Not at all. They still got Shane Steichen, a head coach. I don't mind Shane Steichen. I'm a fan of his offensive ability. I'm questioning what the Colts have done defensively. I know they got Lou Anarumo as their defensive coordinator, who was formerly with the Cincinnati Bengals. Last time we saw Lou Anarumo, C.J. Stroud was cooking them up, dicing them up 2 years ago in the jungle at Cincy. C.J. Stroud did his thing. My goodness, man. Whole lot of fun with the Houston Texans there with the Indianapolis Colts. But man, I mean, oh man, we were already you tuned in as soon as we start talking about the Texans. We were just talking about the Rockets. We just were talking about the Rockets. All right, hey, my shout out to my guy Kulpak, man. Shout out to hey man, anybody wants some good stuff? You go to that smoke shop inside Food Town on South Houston, man. He got some good stuff right there. Shout out to Kulpak over there, man. Doing his thing over in Food Town. Got his lease in the little office over there. Food Town, South Houston. Go inside. Boom. Keep walking to your right. You keep walking down. This man will get your attention. A+ customer service right there. He does his job, and he does it very well. Shout out to him. Shout out to the smoke shop over there. Clutch City Smoke Shop. Shout out to them, man. And shout out to the Rockets. I mean, great segue from Clutch City Smoke Shop to the Clutch City Houston Rockets. They are used to being clutch. They are used to being 3-1 down. They're not uncomfortable with this, man. This Houston Rockets team this whole year has played with their backs against the wall. These young guys really showed up and showed out, man. They played like a team today. You know, you still could have better performances from specific players on this team, and you still beat the hell out of the Warriors tonight, and you take the series back to game 7 at the crib in the Toyota Center, where you're going to have the fans going loud. You're going to have Ime Udoka going nuts. You're going to have the players going crazy. Could we be in store for a Jalen Green 25-plus point game? The inconsistency trend feels like it would trend upwards in this scenario. I am excited, damn it, about the Houston Rockets' chances in Game 7 to take it against these old-ass men, the damn AARP Golden State Warriors. I can't wait, man. I can't wait, man. And yeah, shout out to Cool Pop right there. You mentioned me, he'll take care of you. Look at that, huh? Look at that. You better be careful what you wish for. Better be careful what you wish for right there. You better be careful what you wish for. We're growing, man. We're growing. We're almost at 15,000 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of y'all, man, that has subscribed to the channel. It is free 99. So go ahead and tap in. Do y'all's thing. Show me some love. We're almost at 13,500 subs. We're trying to get to 15K before the Texans training camp gets going. So I'm super excited about that. Man, this Houston Rockets team was so much fun, man. So much freaking And I'm so proud of this goddamn team. I am so proud of what these young bucks did tonight, man. Playing all game, just punching the Warriors in the mouth right at the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter starts, boom, 6-0 run. Rockets punch you in the mouth, and they just gave them the knockout blow in that fourth quarter. They gave them the knockout blow, and they went down like a sack of potatoes. It was over for the Warriors. I mean, they waved the white flag with about 3 minutes left in the game. They started doing the hack of Steven Adams. Didn't work out. Steven Adams started making his free throws. My goodness. Shout out to Steven Adams. He started getting in a rhythm, and he started really feeling it, and he started making those free throws. Şengün hit some damn free throws. Şengün with a couple of N1s. You had Fred VanVleet with the 4-point play and one. My goodness. Fred VanVleet was a monster today. Playoff Fred VanVleet is alive. His last 3 games, he's averaging 26.5 points a game. He has been amazing these last few games. The Rockets right now, there's a whole lot to love with what's going on, and I do believe it. I do believe it. I said it. What was it? Was it yesterday? I don't remember when I posted it, but I posted it just yesterday or this morning that if the Houston Rockets continue to do what they're doing and they're playing their game, they can take game 6. And I had a lot of people call me crazy. I had a lot of people doubt it. But this Houston Rockets team, the whole series, they were giving the Warriors these games. They were giving them these games. In the entire series, the Houston Rockets has led for the majority of this series. It shouldn't even be going 7 games, but the Houston Rockets will be taking care of business on Sunday, game 7. Book it. They beat the damn Warriors, and I can't wait, man. Shout out to Classic Dell. What's up, bro? How you doing, my guy? Killpock again. I can't believe VanVleet is finally showing up. I was not excited. VanVleet, big dog. I apologize. I thought the playoffs were going to happen, and I thought we were going to have VanVleet's wild shot craziness. Thought we were going to have some sort of Dylan Brooks fiasco. And I thought one or both of these guys were going to be a reason as to why we didn't perform as well as we should have in the playoffs. It's been absolutely phenomenal what Fred VanVleet has done, especially these last 3 games. He's the veteran of this team. He's the leader of this team, and he stepped up in the biggest way. Him and Şengün combined 50 points tonight. My goodness, 29 points for Fred VanVleet. Absolutely fun. Hey. I apologize to Fred VanVleet. I didn't know playoff VanVleet was a real thing. I wasn't sure that was going to be a real thing, and thank God it is. So my goodness, Fred VanVleet, shout out to you. The flowers are for you, my guy. He did phenomenal. I mean, he's been phenomenal the last 3 games. My goodness, I'm so excited about these damn Houston Rockets. I really am, man. 29, 8, and 8 from Fred VanVleet. I mean, come on, man. 29, 8, and 8. I'm excited about this. I'm excited. I'm so excited about the Rockets in game 7. I can't appreciate how much this was for them. My goodness. Shout out to them young man. Shout out to them boys, man. Going back to the crib, to the Toyota Center, and they're ready to take game 7. They are ready. I cannot wait to see Steph Curry and his legacy going up in flames, dropping another 3-1 series lead. I cannot wait to see that on the resume of Steph Curry. People want to talk about he's the greatest point guard of all time. It's Magic Johnson, buddy. It's Magic Johnson. You could debate a wall. It is what it is. Steph Curry's not a point guard at the end of the day. He's more of a 2 guard, just playing at the point guard position because he's too small to play the 2. It is what it is. Pregnancy, Jalen. Hey, man, little hey, I get that, Jalen. We beating them by 30. we beating them by 30, just like how it was game 2. If man, don't have Jalen Green show up. They better hope Jalen Green don't show up. If Jalen Green shows up, the Houston Rockets win handedly. Like, it's over. It won't even be a game, and that's how much sway that Jalen Green has. Now, if Amen Thompson shows up, I know Amon did some good stuff at the end of this game, especially in the second half tonight. Not nearly as good as what we saw in game 5, where he was ultra aggressive and really just dominating like the whole game, basically. Amon Thompson was blossoming in game 5. We didn't see too much of it in tonight's game of game 6, but second half, he started getting more aggressive. He started really getting his basket and really getting his shot going. But you get Amon or Jalen Green to really pop off and do their thing, and they're dropping 25 plus, Warriors ain't beating them. Warriors ain't got a chance. Especially if Jalen's going and he's getting hot and he's getting 30 plus. Better pack it up. Better put that damn nail in the coffin if Jalen Green got 30 plus point game. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. And that's a scary thing. Amon's only going to get better. This is his first playoffs. Like, you could just see the potential of Amon Thompson. It's dripping off of him. I can't wait to see how he performs and how he gets better this offseason, even next year. But that's just way too much arrogance. I'm so stoked and I'm so ready for game 7 and where it goes for the Houston Rockets. I was going to say the Houston Texans. Let's get back to it, man. We were talking about the Texans. We're talking about the AFC South. The Colts, again, were 8-9. They drafted a few guys, but again, nothing about what the Colts did. I do like Jalen Travis, your offensive tackle, that they drafted from Iowa State, but nothing that the Colts did to me really made them move up the ladder for really going after the Houston Texans. I just don't see what they did. And then Jacksonville was 4-13 this previous year. We all know that they made the big trade to swing and get Travis Hunter, the cornerback from Colorado. I love that pick. I love what they did for him. I like that they were aggressive. If you want your guy, go get your guy. And I always been in that mindset. And I thought the Jaguars did a fantastic job of getting the guy they want. They seem to be very confident that Travis Hunter is going to be able to play both ways for them, maybe play a little bit more wide receiver than I initially thought if he was going to go to the NFL. But I mean, other than that, really solid defensive back. Travis Hunter's just a gamer, right? I mean, he's just a guy that is going to be a pretty tough cookie to play against here in the AFC South. And then the Jaguars, again, 4-13. They also got Caleb Ransall from Toledo or Tulane. So Caleb Ransall also coming over here, and he was a pick in the 3rd round, I want to say, something like that. Wyatt Millam was also on here. They had Bashal Tutton, really good running back out of Virginia Tech. Really like those first 4 picks for the Jaguars. Jack Kaiser, linebacker out of Notre Dame. Really liked him as well. Then they ended their draft. I was a big fan of LaQuint Allen from Syracuse. The stats may be a little bit overinflated because of the Syracuse offense. If anybody remembers, we did interview Jeff Nixon to be the offense coordinator for the Houston Texans. Jeff Nixon did a hell of a job with the Syracuse Orange over there in the football team because their offense was rocking and rolling and they were doing their thing. And LaQuint Allen was a really good benefactor to that offense. So I do like what the Jaguars did. And I think if any team is going to really throw a slug at the Houston Texans, I still think that the Jaguars have the best chance to throw a slug, to throw a rock at the Houston Texans. I do believe it. I know that the Jaguars, look, they got to figure out some stuff and they got to figure out some kinks. But I'm a big fan of Liam Cohen. We can call him a dumbass all we want with how he says Duval, but ultimately I cannot, overshadow what he did in Tampa Bay with Baker Mayfield and having a hand in fixing Baker Mayfield and making Baker now what is a very solid top 10 quarterback, bottom 10 quarterback, not top 10, bottom 10 quarterback. So by bottom 10, I'm looking at 10, 11, 12, right around that area. Top 15 just gives to me too much praise. We're still calling it as it is. Baker did really well with a lot of those offensive minds over there in Tampa that have moved across the league now. But Liam Cohen, I'm pretty interested to see. The biggest thing, obviously, with the Jaguars is Trevor Lawrence. How is Trevor Lawrence going to play for the Jacksonville Jaguars? He has yet. I mean, this previous year was horrible, and I know he did not look good. Then he dealt with some injuries, and he came back. and we had to hit on him with Aziz Al-Shaair, really took him out. And then, they bitched and complained, they moaned. Oh, Aziz is a dirty player. Who gives a shit? Aziz hit him cleanly. I don't give a shit what anybody says. But the Jags defense is still a big issue as well, too. And like Brandon was saying right here, Jags defense still sucks. We'll see. I mean, I like Josh Allen. He still gave you hell even when you had Laramie Tunsil. So there's no difference to me with our offensive line. Maybe at least on paper, being a little bit worse than what it was last year. But the Houston Texans, it is what it is. The Jaguars to me are the only team in this division that can really legitimately throw a rock at the Houston Texans and maybe hit, because they got Trevor Lawrence. They got the coach that's worked with quarterback Baker Mayfield, made him look really damn good. Now Baker's their quarterback in Tampa Bay, and they feel confident with him moving forward. And they feel so much confident that they could possibly win a Super Bowl with him. He went to the playoffs with them, and he was rocking and rolling too. So I could see the confidence level with the Jaguars and their ability to throw a rock at the Texans for the AFC South, maybe make some noise. Maybe they find their way into the wild card. Who knows? But I can see them as the biggest threat to the Houston Texans. The Titans, they're 3-14. They made a lot of moves. And again, I know it's cliche to say, but it's all going to come down to how good the rookie quarterback, the first pick overall in Cam Ward, is going to end up being for the Tennessee Titans. The Titans don't have a great history of quarterback play. They don't. Steve McNair was their last really great quarterback, and if anything, Steve McNair was drafted by the Houston Oilers, and they adopted him, so it is what it is there. You can say whichever you want. Yeah, he played for his whole career with the Tennessee Titans, but he was drafted by the Houston Oilers. It is what it is. Cam Ward, quarterback, first overall pick. Again, we got to see what happens there with him. He's out of Miami. We got to see what Cam Ward does. I like Cam Ward. I like what he brings. I don't like that you had an opportunity to play in your last bowl game. You only played a half in order to get your stats padded. Don't like that. Don't like that attitude. But I will say a lot of the pre-draft workouts and stuff that I saw from him maybe changes my tune a little bit with them. The rest of their draft, they got who is it? Oladejo from UCLA. The Houston Texans met with him. He's a defensive end, solid defensive end. We'll see how much it translates for him and the Tennessee Titans. I'm not a big fan of Chamari Dyke, DK from Florida. I'm not a big fan of him. I'm not a big fan of Gunnar Helm. I like Alec Ayomanor from Stanford. I like him a little bit better. I do. I like him a lot better, actually, than DK. I thought that was good value for them in the 4th round. Somebody that thought that could have been a 3rd-round pick for even the Texans. But, hey, they drafted who they drafted. Kevin Winston Jr. is a safety out of Penn State. Solid safety. I don't know too much about Kevin Winston. I'll be completely honest. Don't know too much about him, but I thought their last pick in Millings, I think was his name. He's a big body running back. He's a big dude. And so, I mean, Mullings was like a former linebacker turned running back. Big old dude. I really like what he could bring for the Tennessee Titans, especially with Bill Callahan or Brian Callahan. I do wonder how much they're going to rely on the run game as well. They have Tyjae Spears. They have what's his face, Pollard. From the Cowboys, and now they get this big old dude at running back. So their run game, they're going to rely on it. They're going to try to have the rookie not make mistakes, rely on the run game. They beefed up the offensive line this year. They did. They got Kevin Zeitler, and they got in a few guys as well. The O-line looks better. The running game looks pretty good. If Cam Ward is legit, they're going to have a heavy run game, a heavy play action. Brian Callahan, he stems from that Kubiak offense. Like, it's not a direct connection, but it is a sub-branch of the Kubiak offense. So he's going to try to run the football. He's going to try to get play action. He's going to have Cam Ward, try to create with his legs, with the bootleg, and I think he could be rather successful there in Tennessee. But with Tennessee, that's the one right there. Throwing the Ridley and Tyler Lockett. No one's scared. Not really. No one's scared. Calvin Ridley, okay. Calvin really don't scare me. Like, he ain't nobody that is throwing fear into my eyes. He is not. Tyler Lockett, I know they signed recently, but unfortunately, old wide receivers go to die in Tennessee, and that's just going to be happening to be the case again with Tyler Lockett. It's unfortunate. He should have been a Houston Texan if he really wanted to have another go and wanted to play in the AFC South, but it is what it is. Tyler Lockett, I don't see much of a factor. The rest of the Tennessee Titans team, oh, excuse me. Let's see here. Let's take a look at their roster real quick. But ultimately, man, I just don't see anybody in the AFC South. I think the Jaguars, to me, because at least I know with Trevor Lawrence, like, at least I know that man's taken them to the playoffs. He's won a playoff game, and I'm still gonna bet on the chance that Trevor Lawrence can at least get the Jaguars at the very least back to 500. But again, I still believe that they have the best chance to threaten the Houston Texans in the AFC South. Treylon Burks isn't going to really be there anymore. They drafted 2 wide receivers. I'm talking about the Titans. Excuse me. They drafted 2 wide receivers, DK and A.O. Manor from Stanford. And I'm not the biggest fan of either one of them, but they're still somewhere there, and then Calvin Ridley and Tyler Lockett. In terms of wide receivers, there's just not a whole lot for me to go crazy about. I like Okonkwo, their tight end. I really do. Just haven't really seen them, really push out the potential. I still would like to see more from Okonkwo. I'm just not a big fan of Gunnar Helm. I'll say it. I'm not a big fan of him. There's way too many UT fans that are super high on Gunnar Helm. I'm not. He doesn't show a lot for me. I wonder what happens even if he does. I don't even know if he does anything in the league, to be quite honest. Their offensive line, though, I think it is a whole lot better than what it was 2 years ago. They've really drafted some guys, signed some free agents, and they're trying to put it all together. And I think they got themselves a really solid O-line. And then defensively, I mean, they had a really solid defense last year. And I think they're still up there as one of the better defenses, one of the more underrated defenses in the NFL. With Tavondre Sweat, Jeffrey Simmons, 2 guys that it's going to be extremely tough to run up the middle between them. You got Sebastian Joseph Day. You have who's the other one? I don't know. They got rid of him, huh? They got rid of did they get rid of Jarvis Landry? They sure did, huh? Yeah, they did get rid of Jarvis Landry. But regardless, their secondary was really strong last year. You have L'Jarius Sneed, you got Brownlee, you got Arden Key, who plays pretty well. No, not Arden Key, excuse me. What's his name? Amani Hooker played really well for him. Roger McCreary played pretty good for them as well. Ultimately, though, it just doesn't do a whole lot. The Tennessee Titans, I feel like, are a 500 team. I feel like they could scare you in a few games. They could be a team that you may be like, oh, this is going to be an easy out, and it's not so easy. But let's be real. This is DeMeco Ryans. He has a defense, and DeMeco Ryans and this Texans defense is going to bully a rookie quarterback. He's going to bully Cam Ward. This defense is going to bully that offensive line. This defense for the Houston Texans, I think, is a top 5 defense in the NFL. I think it's a top 3 defense in the NFL. And I think it could be the best defense in the NFL this year. That's how good this defense is on paper. And we saw all of that last year. And all they did this year was improve the defense by getting C.J. Gardner-Johnson, a guy that's a proven winner, an absolute dog. He has the playoffs experience. He has the Super Bowl experience. He is just everything you want for this Texans secondary to rely on for this defense to rely on. He's a leader on the field, and he's been there and done it. And I can't wait to see what happens with him there. And this defense is going to give the Titans rookie QB hell. This defense is going to give whatever Colts quarterback hell. And this defense will give Trevor Lawrence hell. And this defense is scary. The rest of the opposing offenses around the NFL better watch out. This defense is one of the most legit defenses in football this year. And that's not an overstatement. If anything, that is an understatement. This defense can break some records this year. It's going to be hunting some NFL records. Let me just put it that way. Let's get to a few comments here. What we got, I'm missing a few, but let's see here. Main thing is that Rockets need to limit the turnovers, play smart basketball, and get boards. Yeah, that was a big key in their first half. They were giving up way too many turnovers in the first half. Now, what helped them was the Warriors did the exact same thing in the first half, was give up 10 turnovers. The Houston Rockets gave up 10 turnovers as well, or 7 at one point in the first half. And it was upsetting, man. It was like they could have really blow open the game in the first half because of the turnovers. Make sure you keep the ball safe. Keep it going, push it. You can run on this team. They're old. They can't keep up with you. Rockets are younger, more athletic, and they got the horses in the stable to make sure they can last 7 games. They're deep on the bench. This Rockets team is going to take game 7, and I can't wait to see it. Yeah, we still the favorites, but the division got better. Yes, the division did get better, but I also believe that it just didn't do a lot to make me worried that the Texans didn't do nothing. Calling it now, Texans draft Emmanuel Pregnon next year. Okay. That will be a name I will write down. I remember Brandon, I believe, like during the year was like, Texans should draft Nick Emmanwori. And I remember I was like, I'm not even thinking about prospects. And Brandon was pretty on point with Nick Emmanwori. Nick Emmanwori looked like a dog. Looks like an absolute beast. 6'3". He's got the Cam Chancellor kind of comp, right? I mean, speedy and big and play safety. 6'3". Yeah. All right. Why didn't we draft an offensive lineman for the first pick, bro? The draft board didn't really fall your way when it came to 25. The Houston Texans, Donovan Jackson came off the board at 24. That was the offensive lineman from Ohio State that I still believe that was high on the Texans draft board. Matthew Golden was taken at 23. He's a wide receiver, but if he was there at 25, it would be tough for the Texans to pass that up. And nothing fell to you at 25. They were trying to trade up. We're known that they were trying to trade up many times. It even came out from Nick Caserio's mouth. And various NFL insiders said that Nick Caserio and the Texans continued to try to trade up into the teens of the draft, specifically the Cowboys at 12. Cowboys ended up taking Tyler Booker. Who knows what the Texans were looking at there? But it definitely feels like the Texans were going to try to trade up and get an offensive lineman, we assume. And it just didn't happen. The board didn't fall your way. Guys got picked, and you ended up trading down and ultimately drafting Jaden Higgins at 34 and grabbing an extra pick because of it. And I love the trade down. I really do. You have a lot of picks in 2026. If you really want, you can dictate them again. You can dictate the draft again next year as well. And you got more swings, more plate appearances to get yourself an interior offensive lineman. So not upset at it one bit. Jags had a bottom 2 defense last year. Didn't add anything significant other than Eric Murray. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they only got Eric Murray. I mean, we'll see. The Jags did not have a great defense. I still like what their team has, but yeah, I can see what you're saying there. I mean, they don't. Yawn. Big old yawn. I can still see what you're saying there, man. The Jags, their defensive line's not bad. I'll give them that, but I think their secondary could be a whole lot better, and that's why they drafted Travis Hunter. We'll see how much that works for them. We'll see. Cameron Ward is throwing to Ridley and Tyler Dog. No one's scared. Yep, we got into that one already. Already answered your question, Kulpog. Appreciate you hitting it up again. Cam Ward reminds me like Richardson likes to run the ball to make big plays, but I know D'Amico defense going to lock that down, but Cam is a awesome player. I'm like, yeah, I like Cam Ward. I don't mind Cam Ward. I think it's corny, this whole I need to get number one for Warren Moon. He's at the press conference, the introductory conference. Warren Moon comes out with number one. Warren Moon's a cornball. I mean, I love Warren Moon, the player. I'll never shit on the player, but after he's retired and everything now, like, he's been an absolute cornball. He continues to suck off the Titans organization. He's sold his soul to that owner, and he continues to get on his knees for anything they do. So it doesn't shock me one bit about Warren Moon and his bitch ass talking about sucking off Tennessee Titans as much as he can. Warren Moon's a piece of crap. Don't care. As a player, monster. One of the most underrated quarterbacks to ever play the game. He's on NFL record books, and he only played like 12 years in the NFL. Should have played a whole lot more. Yeah, he was in the Canadian League, won like 6 Grey Cups or whatever. Like, Warren Moon was amazing. But damn, he loves to get on his knees when it comes to sucking off the Titans organization. So I thought that whole fiasco was corny as shit. I doubted D'Amico, but Harley always believed in him. Hey, man, I was trying to get you into that D'Amico knowledge, man. I told you right out the get-go, D'Amico Ryans going to win a Super Bowl here in Houston, and I still believe that to this day. D'Amico Ryans will win a Super Bowl here in Houston. I'm not saying it's happening this year. I don't know if he'll have it next year, but at some point in his coaching career with the Houston Texans as head coach, he will win a Super Bowl. I can't wait to see that happen. Hard to draft an O-lineman in the first round when we don't have a pick in the first round. Well, we did. We had number 25. They ended up trading down. So, it is what it is. I wasn't making a big deal of it. The videos Cam Ward's O-line protection in college versus what he faces in the NFL is night and day. Yeah. Miami Hurricanes. Hell of an offensive line. We saw, if anybody missed my 2026 mock draft video, we saw ESPN draft analyst Jordan Reed, friend of the channel. He's been on here a few times. Had the Houston Texans drafting the right tackle from the Miami Hurricanes and Francis Maigua, 6C, Big CC. That's his nickname. He's from the Isle of Samoa. So, yeah, big old Samoan possibly for the Texans next year on the offensive line. They're still not sure if he's a tackle or a guard. He's about 6'6", 315. I'm not sure if he could play guard. I haven't really seen too much film on him, but what I did see, man, my goodness, I'd be shocked if he's there even in the 20s. I feel like he's a top 15 pick, to be quite honest. On the way to early mock drafts last year, I said Texans would go left tackle in the first round, but they traded back again when the draft got here. Yeah, oh, man. Yeah, it is what it is there, man. They traded away Laramie Tunsil. They'll be fine. I think they'll be fine. I think it's a thing that no one's talking about. I think we've overlooked what happened from the previous year with the Houston Texans. When we look at the offensive line for the Houston Texans last year, and I'm going to get on my soapbox a little bit, but when we look at the offensive line from last year with the Houston Texans, yes, did the players not execute? Absolutely. It was talked about numerous times from the coaches. Players have to execute. Even Bobby Slowick was talking about the players executing. It also is a tango. It takes two to tango, and Bobby Slowick didn't do his job, and his part was lawless Chris Strausser when it comes to preparing the offensive line, because anytime there was a stunt that happened, the O-line didn't know what to do. They looked confused. They looked plan out. They looked like a damn traffic cone, man. They looked boring. They looked horrible. The offensive line just didn't look like they were prepared to be able to do anything that was thrown at them from the opposing defensive line. So I think the preparation element is going to be a whole lot better for this Houston Texans offensive line. I understand on paper it's not good. I get it. It may be worse than last year's. Who knows? But ultimately, I do think that the preparation level for the offensive line is going to be a whole lot better for the Houston Texans, and I agree with that. I believe in that. We saw a video of mine just a few days ago where Chris Sims had Devin McCourty, former New England Patriots DB, and Devin McCourty talked about Nick Caley and talked about the Patriots offensive line and mentioned that the biggest key to them, even though they had players shuffling in and out of their offensive line lineups, they were always prepared no matter what. And I think that's a big thing the Houston Texans were not doing this previous year. They were not prepared for anything defenses were throwing at them. They just didn't do it at the right way. Bobby Sloik was not doing his job. We all know that. Chris Strausser was not doing his job. Now you got guys that come from a winning organization, Nick Caley, Cole Popovich. They know what it takes to have offensive line play successfully, and I am going to throw some hope. I'm going to throw a little bit more hope in them than I have been in my previous videos, and I am a little more eager to say that the Texans' offensive line, if they can get back to playing average offensive line, average football, that's all I need is an average line, because every single one of y'all agreed with me and were in the comment section saying, Harley, if the Texans' offensive line was the same line in CJ Stroud's rookie year for his second year, we would be in the AFC Championship game. And now I'm saying that right now, and I had a lot of people push back. Oh, I don't see that happening. I don't know how you can have an average offensive line. It can happen. It can absolutely happen. If the Houston Texans get back to playing average O-line, then the Texans can find themselves a path to the AFC Championship game. They were in it with the Chiefs, man. They were right there with them. They were hanging in there for the majority of the game. They were right there. You had a boneheaded decision from D'Amico Ryans, in my opinion, where he went for it on fourth down, didn't make any sense. It is what it is. We'll move on. The Texans, I think, are still the kings of the AFC South when it comes down to it. I think they've improved this team, especially defensively, which is saying a lot because I didn't know defensively you can improve this team. But they still got some ways to go. They still got some things to learn. And it's all going to be a whole much dependent on how CJ Stroud takes that third-year leap. Can he take that third-year leap? That's the big thing with the Houston Texans is, can CJ Stroud get back to playing comfortable, get back to having that anticipation he has on his throws as the quarterback of this football team, and get back to playing fun, being free. You know, in his rookie year, he was slinging it. He was throwing the ball vertically. He was rocking and rolling. He was doing his thing. He was playing confidently. And we saw this previous year, as much as we dogged the O-line, we saw CJ Stroud's play decrease. It was not playing up to standard. It was not playing up to the way we know that he can play. And so now you are hoping, with the help of Nick Caley, with the help of Cole Popovich, with the belief that both of them are going to instill an average offensive line for the Houston Texans, regardless of how we feel about it. If they do that and CJ Stroud gets back to being confident and playing with anticipation, he's got the weapons now. He's got a Nico Collins. They've drafted 2 wide receivers. They traded for Christian Kirk. You have 4 legitimate wide receivers around this football team. 2 rookies, albeit, but both of them rookies were 2 of the top 7 wide receivers in this draft. So they can't say they didn't try to help CJ Stroud. And they still got an offensive lineman traded up for Ariante Ursary in 47. So the Houston Texans did enough. They did a good amount to help CJ Stroud into year 3, and they have an opportunity to go out there and win this division, but also make some noise in the playoffs. And that's what we like to hear as Texans fans. We don't really care a damn about the division anymore. I'll be honest. I don't care about the division. I still think we're the kings of the division. But at the end of the day, get me to the AFC Championship game. I know we want Super Bowl. I know we do. Get me to the AFC Championship game. Let me see how that feels. I want to be in that atmosphere. And damn it, it'd be nice if we had it at home too. Damn, it'd be nice. Let's get back to the comments real quick. This year, I want to say interior line or edge. Yeah, Texans, I still think they could use a defensive tackle, but I guess they just don't give a fuck about defensive tackle. I guess they're just going to ride with the concept of lunch pail guys. And I don't really like the idea. I feel like if you added some youth and talent to that DT position, you could really make some noise defensively. I mean, yeah, they need an interior offensive lineman. But what's up, Louie? How you doing, my guy? Brandon, 2021 Bengals looked like our team. Had a bunch of nobodies on the O-line, and they made it to the Super Bowl. And that's a team that I compared the Houston Texans to possibly become in year 3. I said it on Bleacher Report, but I was ecstatic to see if the Houston Texans could replicate what the Bengals did in their Super Bowl year. We saw them with an average offensive line, with a boring offensive line, that made it to the Super Bowl. They took out the Chiefs. They did their thing. Joe Burrow was rocking and rolling. If you get CJ Stroud to do that, my goodness, we're going to be having some fun with the Texans this year. Put the Texans on the back burner here. How about them Rockets? Hey, we started off about good 20 minutes of this talking about the Houston Rockets. I do appreciate it, Jay. Man, them Rockets were so much fun. Oh my goodness, I can't stop thinking about them. But we've moved on. No offense, Jay. We've moved on. But we are excited about Game 7. We're ready to take Game 7. We're ready to beat the demon that is the Golden State Warriors. We will slay this demon. We will take Game 7. We will have a big game from our Houston Rockets. Them young boys really did their thing tonight. 50 points between Şengün and FVV. I'm excited to see what they can do Game 7 and take it for the H-Town at Toyota Center. I can't wait. Blue Boy 5'9". 5'9"? I think it's 5'9". 5'9"? 5'9". 5'9". Blue Boy 5'9". Blue Boy vibing? I don't know. Is there any info on Trent Brown? I know there's a history of injuries, but when healthy, he's a proven top 10 right tackle. Also the largest human in the NFL at 6'8", 359. Yeah, I mean, if Trent Brown is healthy, then he can have a legitimate shot to play right tackle for this team. But that's asking a lot. Trent Brown hasn't been healthy in quite some time. When he has been healthy, though, no, you're not wrong. I mean, he's been there and done that. He's that dude. I also think Trent Brown, I think he is what Jerry Hughes was for the defensive line. I think Trent Brown is going to be that for the offensive line. And I think Trent Brown specifically is going to be working hard with Ariante Ursery. And I didn't mention that on Bleacher Report with Ruben. And unfortunately, I'm not going to have that video. Usually I post at 8 in the morning. So I apologize to everybody. That video just didn't make out for some reason. It wouldn't download. It gave me an error code. It didn't happen. So it is what it is. But I do think Trent Brown plays that role on the offensive line like Jerry Hughes does for the defensive line. Jerry Hughes is a mentor for the defensive guys, especially for Will Anderson's rookie year. Really helped him in his trajectory. Not that he necessarily needed it, but it's always helpful to learn from a veteran like that. Jerry Hughes been there, done that. Like Jerry Hughes ain't no slouch. He was a damn good player in this league at one point. Trent Brown was a damn good player in this league at one point. I just don't know if he still has the same juice to be able to do that, Blue Boy 5'9". I'm not quite sure he can continue to play like the way he was playing. And I do believe injuries are, hurt his career. But I do think he is a mentor for that offensive line group and a guy that they can lean on, learn from, and especially Ariante Ursery. And if Ursery's learning from Trent Brown, Blake Fisher will too. But if Ursery, who is 6'6", 330, he's, his comp is Trent Brown. So if Trent Brown is there with Ursery and teaching him, I know Blake Fisher can learn too. But if Ursery catches up a whole lot sooner and understands and compartmentalizes a whole lot better, maybe Ursery is a day one starter at right tackle and Blake Fisher ends up being your swing tackle. I don't see Blake Fisher as a guard, so people stop doing that. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Bengals wide receiver 2 is Higgins. Our wide receiver 2 is Higgins. Our halfback was Mixon. Our halfback is Mixon. Multiple similarities. You know what? Maybe Brandon's got something. He's got something working here. He's got something cooking. He's got something cooking right there. Tay Dime, what's going on? Could the Texans combine some guys on the outs to make a trade for an interior offensive line trade? So if anything, Tay Dime, you could check out the video. I posted a video a few days ago that said it's a video, not a short, but it's a video of 3 options the Houston Texans you go after in terms of the trade block. I also have another video of 3 options the Houston Texans could go for in free agency. And Both of those videos exclusively talk about the offensive line. Just to give you some perception, free agency, the O-line free agency, I still think is there's a rich person out there in Brandon Scherf that I would like the Houston Texans to take a look at. My issue, though, is it ain't going to happen anytime soon. Think about it. The Houston Texans are about to have rookie OTAs come up next Thursday. And the rookies will be in. They'll be working out, getting acclimated to everything in the NFL and the Houston Texans locker room and all the people, meet everything, all that good jazz. Okay, that's step one. Then they're going to get the guys in the building. They're going to take a look at what they have on the offensive line group. They're going to take a look at it. They're going to live with it. They'll take another look at it. And then they're going to reevaluate how their offensive line looks like. And if they feel confident enough with that O-line group, which I think they are, then they're going to ride it out with them. If they don't feel confident with it, then you can see some rumors start to click that maybe they go out and grab somebody in free agency. I mentioned Brandon Scherf. I mentioned Will Hernandez. Some trade options. There's not many trade options. Sorry. Evan Neal is available for New York Giants. Evan Neal. I say Evan Neal, it should make you throw up. Who else? I wrote it down here. Trey Pipkins. He's a guard for the Chargers. He sucked this year. Absolute dookie. He used to play tackle. Then he transitioned to guard this previous year. Didn't work out for him. He should probably go back to tackle, but I don't know what the Chargers are going to do. But I think he is on the trade market. They drafted somebody in this year's draft. They signed Mekhi Becton, who's going to be playing guard for them as well. Mekhi Becton, the former Eagle and Super Bowl champ. So they're going to be trying to play bully ball with Mekhi Becton in the middle there. Really wish the Texans could have taken a chance with him, but it is what it is. So yeah, Mekhi Becton is there. Maybe Trey Pipkins is an option, but he wasn't good at guard. Joel Bitonio from the Browns. I know he's oh my goodness. There's rumors every year about Bitonio being traded, but it just doesn't happen. I still don't think it happens. I think he's loyal to the soil with Cleveland. But I do think at some point when Cleveland sucks this year, it should happen relatively fast. As soon as the season starts, they should go ahead and post a thank you fans to go ahead and start the season, kick it off. So the Cleveland Browns won't be able to do nothing this year. So when they suck and you hear Joel Bitonio being, romantically thrown around on the trade block, the Houston Texans should be a team that is knocking on their door to make a trade happen to get him. Will he be here for just the remainder of that year? Yeah, because he's already been talking about retirement. So I only see him playing this year out, and then he's done, which sucks because he's only like 33, 34. That's why I'm looking at Brandon Scherf, and I'm like, man, I hope he continues to stay out there. If the Texans reevaluate their O-line and they don't see it as fit, that's a guy right there, over 1,000 snaps last year for the Jaguars, 0 sacks, 2 penalties. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. But I just don't see that happening, man. I really don't. I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I don't see it happening. I think the Texans are going to be confident what they got in their offensive line room, and they're going to move forward with it. That's just my 2 cents, my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm not no insider or anything. I just talk to a camera and hope it talks facts to me sometimes. So Brandon Hellum says 10 days to the schedule release. Can't wait for it, man. I'm excited about the schedule release. I'm excited to see how it turns out, and you definitely know I'll be one of the first ones on here with that content immediately for you guys. Definitely seen those. Watch all your content, Big Dog. I appreciate you, Tay Dime. Appreciate it. We're about to wrap this up, man. We've been almost an hour now into this, so super appreciative, guys. I think all of y'all that's hopped in here, talking Texans, talking some Rockets, never talking Astros. No, we talk some Astros here and there. I'm not talking about them today. They lost the fucking Chicago White Sox 7-3 to the sorry ass Chicago White Sox. Gave up like 2 errors in 1 inning. They were trying to give you the game, and the Astros said, you know what, guys? Y'all can have it. So excited to see what Lance McCullers can do for them on Sunday. Lance McCullers is back for the Astros. The Rockets, though, man, they took in it to Game 7. That's how we're going to end this. We're going to be talking about the Rockets because, my goodness, It's just so much fucking fun talking about this Rockets team. I'm excited to see what the Rockets are going to be able to do and whoop that ass in game 7. I hope they beat the fuck out of the goddamn Golden State Warriors. I hope they beat the shit out of them. I hope it's a 30-point game. I hope they're all crying. I hope they're complaining. I hope we make Steph Curry retire. That's what my goal is for game 7. Make Steph retire. You beat them so bad, he don't even want to show up next year. That's what you do for game 7. You look at me. Look at me right there. Game 7, Houston Rockets, they beat the Warriors so bad, they forced that fucking old man and his sorry ass piece of shit thumb into retirement. That's what you do for game 7. You go in there, you knock them in the mouth, you beat their ass, you take their money, and you move on and play the T-Wolves. Win game 7. I'm excited for it. Brandon, last one. What's up? My guess is if they set up a Jags rematch season opener or within the first 3 games, they always got the AFC South opponents pretty early for the Texans, it seems like. Who did we play last year? We played the Colts last year as the season opener at Indianapolis, and we whooped their ass at Indy after they talked all that shit, and we ended up swiping them because they stink. Indy ain't got shit. They're one of those teams that, we might do something. And then they let it fall through their fucking fingers because they're a piece of shit team. Indy ain't got shit to me. Season opener for the Texans? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't got an answer for that. I got to remember what divisions they're playing this year. I forgot which ones it is. I want to say it was the NFC West. Is it the NFC West that they're playing? I think it's the NFC West that they were playing this year. I could be wrong about that, but who knows? Maybe you have a Monday night football game against the 49ers at San Francisco, But y'all already know, man. I appreciate every single one of y'all that's hopped in. Y'all know I'll be there for the Texans tailgates. I'll try to be as many as possible. I do as much as I can, try to get there and do my thing. I usually leave at halftime, come back home. That way I can do Bleacher Report because Bleacher Report, yeah, that's right. NFC and AFC West. That's what I thought, but I wasn't entirely sure. 49ers are coming here. So, yeah, okay. So no Monday night football game there. Yeah, NFC. Oh, you know what? Would be fun. Texans Chargers at San Diego. Monday Night Football. Not a bad idea. Run it back. They got embarrassed in the wild card. They got their ass whooped. We let their ass out in the damn wild card, and that shit stunk. That's it. I said San Diego Chargers. I still say San Diego Chargers. I still say the Oakland Raiders, and I still say the Washington Redskins. Sue me. Sue me. Yeah, Rams and Chargers games are in LA. Yeah, I could see a Chargers game actually. Because NFL loves the season openers. Like they love those playoff rematches. They're like there's WrestleMania and then there's Backlash. And Backlash used to be back in the day. Backlash used to be like all the rematches from WrestleMania, like for the majority of the card. That's what the NFL loves to do on season openers. They like to have playoff rematches, Super Bowl rematch for the first game of the season. That's what they like doing. So, I would assume Chargers, Texans, Monday Night Football, Week 1. Why not? On the road, you're going to be playing late. That's why they do that. Maybe they do the doubleheader again like they do usually, and the Chargers are the second game. Texas Chargers will be the second game because we don't get no respect. And I think that would be interesting. The Raiders are coming here. No Texans Vegas game, so that's fine. I don't care about that. This is the one I care about. Broncos and Bills coming here, so no freezing snow games. Love that. Love that. I know the Bills are going to be upset because they got to come back here again. And I know we whooped their ass last year. I know we did. We whooped the Bills' ass last year. I know they tried to make their little comeback in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. I don't give a fuck. Built the Bills' ass. All right. Now, when we were sorry last year, that old line was sorry, and the Bills lost to us. We made Josh Allen look like a damn What did JJ say? Made Josh Allen look like a Red Ryder BB gun. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we made Josh Allen look like a piece of shit. So why am I gonna be any less confident in D'Amico Ryans and his ability as a defensive minded head coach? He had Josh Allen. Think about that, motherfuckers. Think about that. He had Josh Allen, one of the best quarterbacks in football, looking like Josh Allen rookie second year. Like, that's what he had him looking like. He had Josh Allen looking like damn Nathan Peterman. What was that backup quarterback that throws pick sixes all the damn time to play for the Bills? He had Josh Allen look like a damn piece of crap. We got a Baker Mayfield rematch here. Can't wait. Love it. Try to hit him again with the I forgot the damn name of the dance. I forgot the name. Whatever. When you think about Texans, do have Josh Allen's number. Yeah, Deshaun Watson beat his ass too. They came out hot. They punched the Texans right in the mouth. And all of a sudden, second half started. The Texans just went pow, pow, pow. J.J. Watt, big sack, turns around the game. Deshaun Watson throws it to Taiwan Jones, spinning, whirling dervish, Houdini act. Crappy games are going to be away games at Chiefs and Ravens. Why? Like, why are we always playing the Chiefs? I fucking hate it. Anyway, I need my lick back. I hate the Ravens. Ravens always whoop our ass. Mobile quarterbacks give D'Amico some trouble. Like mobile quarterbacks. They give D'Amico trouble. Lamar Jackson gives him a whole lot of trouble. Lamar Jackson gives every defensive coordinator headaches. Let's start that. But D'Amico's supposed to be in the upper echelon of DCs and defensive minds. Ravens, we got something for your bitch ass this year. Nah, we got something for their bitch ass this year. That was rookie year. Poor O-line. No more excuses. You go into Baltimore and whoop their ass. That's what I need to see. Yeah. And Christian Harris was hurt as well, too. I know Christian Harris was healthy at that game, but let's honestly, and I'm being quite honest right now. I don't know if anyone said this. Christian Harris was not 100% healthy when he came back. It was pretty obvious the snaps were decreasing since the Miami game. He was not taking the right amount of snaps, and he was still hurt. Like, I was about to say what happened. I can't say that. But what I can say is that man was hurt. Okay? That man was hurt. We're going to get to see a fully healthy Christian Harris this year. With him, Aziz, and improved Henry T. You got AJ Speed on this team as well, too. I'm excited about what the Houston Texans linebacker crews can be this year. I'm excited about that, and I'm excited about what the Texans will be doing this year as well. They're still the kings of the AFC South, and I do think they made some improvements to get closer to the Ravens, to the Chiefs. I don't care about the Bills. We whooped the Bills last year. Why wouldn't they be in the same category as the Bills? They beat the crap out of the Chargers. Because what? The Bills always are competitive with the Chiefs and the Ravens. I know they were competitive with them. I don't care. Give a fuck about no goddamn Bill. They'll talk about we got beat down on Christmas, but hell, we were down 9 stars. We were down a lot in that game. I get that. You can't lose that game, though, the way you lost it. But I see what you're making. Yeah, I see your point. Texas top 10 offense. Oh, boy, we're getting crazy. The lead after dark. We're getting a little nuts now. I don't know, man. I want to believe it. I love the 4 wide receivers you have. I feel like you're going to get the ball out of C.J. Stroud's hands a whole lot faster here with Nick Haley, and I'm excited to see what they can do with that. But we'll see. I think the offense is slept on. I think they'll be explosive next year. Shout out to Marshall, man. Great PFP there, man. Shout out to you and the wife. Think the Texans offense is slept on. Think they'll be explosive next year. I'm right there with you. 4 wide receiver sets. Ball out of CJ Stroud's a whole lot faster. Get the O-line playing average. That's all I need. Joe Mixon, Woody Marks. You got Nico Collins, Jaden Higgins, Jalen Noel, Christian Kirk. 4 guys right there. 5 guys Mixon, 6 guys Mark. I know a lot of people not talking about Dalton Schultz. I get it. But you got a tight end coach, a former tight end coach, Nick Haley. And all I'm saying is, all I'm saying is if you get Schultz playing back to how Schultz was playing his rookie year, Bobby Slowick used Dalton Schultz in the worst way possible. Bobby Slowick was trying to use Schultz as a blocker. And we know Schultz was never a blocker. We all knew that. We all knew it when we signed him. And if we know it, we're already smarter than the fucking OC that was here before. My goodness. Angry runs Pierce. I don't know if Damian Pierce makes the football team. We'll talk about that later. A whole lot later. We got an explosive receiving back. Breton is back. Breton? Who's Breton? Breton is back. And the wide receiver, Brevin. I think he's talking about Brevin. Brevin Jordan. Brevin Jordan is back. Healthy. Hopefully he stays healthy. I think he's an underrated piece of the offense. I mentioned it on Bleacher Report. I think Brevin Jordan can be super underrated and super helpful and impactful on this Houston Texans offense. Yeah, Marshall's right there, Brevin. I think he's going to be super impactful for this Texans team. He's got to stay healthy, though, man. Please stay healthy. Be healthy. You got a tight ends coach with Nick Haley, and I think he could be the biggest benefactor to the production that Nick Haley can produce with the tight ends. Production that he can produce. I'm repeating my words. My goodness. Double Nico. We got 2 Nicos, man. We got Jaden Higgins. He's also Nico Collins over there, too. They could double Nico. I got 3 other receivers. I ain't tripping. Am I the only one not pumped about running back with Sheldon Rankins? Never looked at him as a starter. I mean, he played all right during his time here with the Texans 2 years ago. He had a career year with the Texans, actually. He left, got a big contract with the Bengals. Didn't work out. It is what it is. Now he's crawling back to the Texans. They love him. The guys love him. Will Anderson loves him. Big Rank is what they call him. We'll see. I'm not the biggest Sheldon Rankins fans either, but I do like that him in a rotation. Again, this guy's more of a rotational piece. No one's really a starter on the defensive tackles. They're just all rotating, constantly rotating. It is a revolving door at that position, and the Houston Texans will treat it just as such. So Sheldon Rankins, he going to do his thing. He's going to do all right. All right, guys. Well, I do appreciate it. We're getting tired. We're getting off here. I do appreciate every single one of y'all that's hopped in, man. We're going to hop on out. Okay? Appreciate y'all. Texans, still the kings of the AFC South. Rockets will take Game 7, and they will force Draymond Green and Steph Curry into retirement. That's what I'm predicting. The Rockets will win Game 7. They will win into Toyota Center. They will win at the crib. I am excited. I am devoted. And I can't wait. See y'all next time, man. Peace, everybody. As always, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a very good night.